Hello everyone, this is a video on how we multiply and divide fractions. I'm going to use an example to show you the steps. There are three steps that you can follow to multiply and divide fractions. The first one, you must factorize the numerator and denominator if possible and try to cancel. The second one, you multiply the numerator and the denominator. And then the third one, when you have a division sign, you invert. You invert means swap it around. You swap the fraction around, and then you change the division sign to a multiplication sign. But which fraction do you change? Is the fraction that is after the division sign, not the one that is before. Let's look at an example. When we look at our first example, we don't have to factorize. We don't have a trinomial or things like that you can factorize. But we have a division sign. So according to both maths, we must divide before we multiply. So we must sort out this division sign. Number 3 said we must change this sign to a multiplication and flip the fraction around. So we're going to have 3 over 4x times 12x over 11. Then we change the division to a multiplication, then flip the fraction around. So it should be 22 over 3x. Then when we have this, then we can cancel, meaning that things that can be factorized we can cancel. 11 goes to 11 once. 11 goes to 22 twice. X goes to x once. X goes to x once. 4 goes to 4 once. 4 goes to 12. 4, 8, 12, 3 times. And then 3 goes to 3 once. 3 goes to 3. You can use this one or that one, doesn't mean once. Okay, so what am I left with? Number 2, say we multiply the numerator with the numerator and the denominator with the denominator. In the numerator, I'm left with 3 times 2. So it means my answer in the numerator is 6 divided by. In the denominator, it's 1 times x. So my answer is 6 over x. Let's look at the second example. With example 2, we're going to factorize the numerator and the denominator for each fraction. Now, when you look at this one, it's a trinomial. So you really need to know how to factorize trinomials. If you don't, please watch a video in our channel that explains how you factorize the trinomials. You open 2 brackets and then you write an x and x. The last term is positive. So the signs inside will be the same and will be the same as the middle term. It means both of them will be negative. Then we are going to look for factors that make 6, but when you add them, they give you 5. Factors are things that you multiply, they'll give you 6 when you multiply them. When you add them, they give you 5. It's a 3 and a 2. So we factorize that. Factorizing the numerator, also a trinomial here. We have x, x. Now this one is different because it's negative. The signs are not going to be the same. We have a positive and a negative. And then we want factors that when we multiply them, they give us 6. When we subtract them, they give us 1. So it's a 3 and a 2. The bigger one will take the sign of the middle term. Now we factorize this fraction. It's a 3 and a 2. Right? Now, when you go to the next fraction, this is a difference of 2 squares. So we're going to have 2 brackets. We're going to have an x and an x plus minus 2 and 2 divided by another trinomial. X, x, positive, negative, so it means they both be negative. 2 times 2 will give us 4. Right. When you have this, now you look for terms that you can cancel. They have to be exactly the same, and you can only cancel when things are inside brackets. When I look at this fraction alone, the x minus 3 will cancel the x minus 3. When I look at this fraction, the x minus 1 will cancel the x minus 1. But because we are multiplying, we can look for a denominator in this fraction and a numerator in that fraction. So this x minus 2 will cancel that. And then here, the x minus 1 will cancel that. So it means we have 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. This is our answer. Okay. For you to be good in this, you need to really know how to factorize. You need to know how to factorize trinomials. You need to know how to factorize difference of two squares. You need to know how to factorize cubes. Also, you need to know when you're taking out the common factor. Okay, this is the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching.